Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Something happened in a very unique manner in Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, where Ooni Of Ife was also present. Of course, present in this video, I'm going to see a top dignitaries from APC ministers, and of course, Nyesom Wike himself, who delivered a keynote on a lot of issues which you're going to see. But there's something unique that the Oba, that's Ooni Of Ife, said that caught the attention of many Nigerians, and he literally talked about Nyesom Wike, who Nyesom Wike is, and he can boldly say a lot of things, some very unique things. It's always best you hear from Ooni himself, and the fact that whatever Wike is doing, a spirit is definitely driving it. Don't forget that Ooni Of Ife we're talking about here is not just an ordinary person. He's a traditionalist, one who confers and also sees the gods one way or the other. So there must be some inkling, some classified information he has from the realms of the spirit that made him make such statements. And it's best we hear him so that we know all the political allies and enemies of Wike. They will now understand the spirit behind Wike and probably how to tackle him or praise him or whatever it is. Even the traditionalists have acknowledged who Wike is. Let's watch the video. We'll come back for more.
Your Excellency, Mr. Project and the current FCT Minister, hate him, like him, what will be, will be. Please pay attention. Hate him, like him, what will be, will be. He's actually a politician that you need to study. Everybody looks forward to listening to what he will say. And for some reason, God has actually blessed him. I don't know how. He's been relevant very actively in the last 15 to 20 years. When he was a minister, all the way when he was a local government chairman. That's close to 2 decades now. And for someone to still be relevant today, there is something about that person. I think we're not doing any justification to him by just clapping for him like that. Your Excellency, there is no time today, but someday I will have that time to talk more about you. To me, I work with the Spirit alone, and I work with the Spirit a lot. I think there are some spirits around you that makes you to do what you are doing too. Very fearless politician, very energetic. He will say it as it is, irrespective of whose ox is God. We want to thank you for your effort thus far. And like I said, it's not everybody that will like you. But for some of us, we have a lot of respect for you because of your fearlessness. The topic you are giving today is very important for our dear country. Nigeria is for all of us, and you are playing your own part and you are writing down history. For your career, I will particularly say and give a very strong honor to the father of the nation, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You belong to different political parties, and yet you've been able to work together, and you're part of this government. It's still a mystery. I didn't even know how it happened. For me, it's something that universities should be studying, and I mean it. It's very important. But I want to thank him particularly for seeing your strength and to bring you on board his cabinet for a better Nigeria. On this final note, I welcome you to Ife finally.
All right, welcome back. You've all heard what Ooni of Ife said. Hate him like Wike. One of the things you can take away from is his fearlessness, and he has earned the respect of many. And he's even literally saying that it's worth studying. In the university, his political dynamics, his dexterity, and the fact that he has been in politics for over 20 years. So he's not a small boy. When you hear Wike talk, he has grown in rank and file. For those of us who know him, because dated way back in the days of Obiobo and all of that, and today he's not a national figure. You may not like him, but you can't take away the fact that he also performs when he ought to perform. My colleague is in the house. What's your take on what Ooni of Ife said about Nyesom Wike, despite the fact that there's a lot of controversy around Wike?
Well, I think we have to be very objective about this whole thing, about Wike, his achievements and all of that. The study will, number one, capture a lot of things. Let's not just look at the bravery and all of that. Whatever bravery we are talking about, the first thing that should hit our mind, which I feel when we get up there, when democracy in Nigeria is matured, is in a sinner claim, can some of the things we do in Nigeria, can it be accepted globally? Is it the global best practice? Let's try to come from that perspective. Because before anything is brought into, is accepted, it should be, even when it is being studied, it should be something that everywhere, like if you look at 48 laws of power, you realize it applies globally. If you adopt it, you realize it kind of apply globally. So the move by whoever you want to study, Wike, Tinubu, and all of that, is it something that on a global claims, it's something that can be adopted? That's the most important thing. Because I can tell you that there are pros and cons of this guy's political career. Wike is a good guy when it comes to administration. But then let's look at the issue of what does it really mean to be a party man? What does it really mean to be in governance? When you're talking about a party man, is one who has sold out his loyalty to his party. If, for example, Wike was in United States of America, where there are Democrats and Republicans, can this style suffice? While he's a Republican, he now features for the Democrats and stayed and said, nobody can remove me as a Republican, but I will stay as a Republican and bring in the someone who's vying for presidential position in the Democrats. Can he do it? Before you think of study, and I will destroy anybody who doesn't want to align with me. Whereby you look at the constitution of the Republican and you realize that he is totally adverse with it. A situation whereby he's contradicting virtually everything. He's into anti-party activity. He comes out and said, I will put fire where Republican governors are. And you feel that should be adopted and accepted into as a global best practice. Come on. You're talking to politicians. Those things are outrightly wrong. It is in this same Nigeria that people will be carrying out projects and nobody cares to look at the valuation. Does it align? And all of that. Corruption. We see people who have stolen so much and they are sitting as great politicians, as appointees and elected individuals. You see them, all of them have cases with the EFCC, but none of those cases have been handled, And then one day the EFCC guy will come out and say, some of them require so much, we have to have all the account and blah, blah, blah. And he has spanned beyond 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And you're still giving us stories and you feel you're talking to babies. And then Ooni of Ife came out and said what he said. And I looked at him and said, come on, sometimes you hold back. Look at the value system of Nigeria politically, and you know that our value system has been eroded so much that Nigerians now are quiet. Why it should shock you why Nigerians are carrying their dreams in their head and traveling abroad to see how they can bring it to pass. Why? Because in the system that we're found ourselves, unfortunately, if you don't get corrupt, if you don't live a kind of life, you don't have power and all of that, there are a lot of things you can't succeed in. You understand? So for him to come out and make those statements, I was sometimes raise your mind before you start talking. Because those your words will be vetted in future. That stool is so esteemed. Ooni of Ife is a stool that is so esteemed. Whoever that is in that position must be careful the things that proceed out of his mouth. He must speak with wisdom. Sometimes you see certain things, if it seems emotion is going to drive you to talk about it, you keep quiet. Celebrate him. He's a great guy. He has achieved for Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government and all of them. Don't talk about his political career, his word. How can he see it or I don't know if it was sarcasm, because you can imagine him, being in the opposition, featuring in this thing. Come on, this guy would have been blacklisted long ago in a Senate claim. Talk about yourself as an individual, that you say they should study a woman who is married to Mr. A and he has a boyfriend outside and stays with his boyfriend and say that he would destroy her home, and you feel that should be studied for other women to learn from it. Come on. Sometimes we should need to break down this thing very well so that we should be clear. I don't take anything away from him in terms of practicality and his zeal and all of that. But we must always look at things from the both ends. Look at the value system. Look at the constitution. On the basis of that, you can judge. You can't just sit in the dark and look at something and say, this thing is very wide. Take it under the light of the value system and light of the constitution and judge it before you can make certain statement. That's my position on this.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our conversation. What's your take?